let's get the show on the road. Sunday is your race day. And what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go down here because I can't see anything. That's a great screen, but if you're too close, you're too close. So, event schedule. Today, 10 to 8. That's when the expo is open. Also, if you do find anything or lose anything, the lost and found is by the info booth. Athlete check-in. Just a second. Is this for 70.3 or is this for the Ironman, the athlete check-in today? We'll get back to you on that. 70.3? Just full? Oh, athlete check-in. Sorry, I said it said bike check-in. I need to be able to read. If I'd be smart, I would have a real job. Anyway. Shuttle buses, Virustromi, 12:30 to 19. 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. it says transition area familiarization. If you're a first-timer, definitely take advantage of that. And do it before tomorrow, because tomorrow there's chaos. Good chaos, but still chaos. What you want to do is you want to walk through transition and you want to make sure that you know where to go, where you get off the bike, where you hand the bike over, and so on. So where you put your blue bags and where you get your blue bags, and take advantage of that. That's a good thing. Actually, you can go right after this. Okay, next slide. Saturday tomorrow. Here we go. Expo open until 7. Opens at 10. Info booth again. Athlete check-in 10 to 6. We have the shuttles open. Or going from Viru to Stromi. Stromi is where you have your start, in case you didn't know, and also T1. And then from 3 to 9, you have your bike and bags check-in. Yeah, T1 open for check-in. Perfect. Sorry, let's go forward. And Sunday, your race day. The thing you have been training for. The thing you've been looking forward to for a year, maybe even more. We open T1 at 7:15 until 8:45 it's open. Last minute adjustments, you have access to your blue bags, not your red bags. If you have a minor issue with your bike, we have someone who can help with that too. 8:45 we send away the pro men. 8:48 we send away the pro women. And then your start is at 9 a.m. sharp. If you're in a relay team, we send you off at 09:26. Then we have the flower ceremony for the pro men, because they are fast and so are the women. Crikey. T2 open for checkout from 3 to 6:30. Don't be early, but do be in time for 6:30, okay? And when you get your stuff out of T2 for when you leave, please do remember that there are athletes still racing, so mind them too. Award ceremony for the Estonia Middle Distance Championship is at 6:30. Maybe not something you need to know, but still, it's pretty cool. We got the Finnish Championships in long distance tomorrow, and then the Estonian Middle Distance on Sunday. And then the award ceremony for the Ironman 70.3 Tallinn at 7 p.m. and also the slot allocation for the World Championships. And that is Nice 2026. And we have the new slot allocation system, performance-based, and you have to be here in person to accept your slot. Remember that. You have to be here in person. Yeah, Jack. Remember that. Apparently, it's a good sized banter here. Oh, you're not Jack. You're someone else. That's Jack. No pressure, Jack. But you know, I'll see you here on Sunday. Okay. Athlete kit. Who's registered? Hands up. Perfect. Now, you need to check that in your bag you have your wristband, which works as your identification. That is how you get into the athlete-only areas. You need to check that you have your bib number, your orange swim cap, your stickers, a t-shirt, a bag, naturally that everything comes in. And then you have a white bag, which is optional to use, a red bag for the run stuff, and a blue bag for the bike stuff. Make sure that you have everything on or in the bag, and it is mandatory to use the swim cap on the segment of the race. Now, we know that there are a few of you that may be used to warmer temperatures. You are allowed to use another swim cap as long as our cap is on top. Okay? and then make sure that you have the gear identification stickers. One sticker goes on your helmet, one goes on your bike, and then one goes on each transition bag. Now, the white one is optional, so you don't have to use it, but do put a sticker on it just in case. Because, well, I mean, we all do know that we have great ideas on race day morning, and then we just grab the bag, and then we show up, and, well, there's no number. How can we identify it's yours? Perfect. Bib number, mandatory to use on the bike and on the run. Now, if you've raced in the US, this is different. Here we have the bib number on the bike and on the run. On the bike, you wear it on the back, and on the run, you wear it on the front. Transition bags, we have one blue one for your bike gear, one red one for your run gear. The white one, my favorite bag, is the streetwear bag. It's the one you get when you're done. It's a pretty nice bag. Your bib number. Your bib number has your number on it in front, but if you turn it around, there's a lot of information you need to fill in, and that's mandatory to fill in. Why we have the bib on the bike is because it's the fastest way we can access your medical information. Actually, you've got, very fitting, can I borrow your bib number? Let's see if it's in here. Here it is. Perfect, thanks Sam. So, looks like this, and on the back is where you fill in the medical information. Now, if you're like me, with horrible handwriting, you need someone to help you, because we need to be able to read what you actually write down. If you have any allergies, if you have any pre-existing conditions and all that, that is the fastest way we get to see if anything happens to you, which we obviously don't want to, but sometimes, some people, something happens. So yeah, that's what you need to do with the big bib number. Do not wear the bib number on the swim. That's forbidden because it disintegrates. Right, when you show up to check in, you need these following things. You need your helmet on, and it needs to be fastened. It needs to have the sticker in front. Then you need your wristband. You need your bib number. You need a bike sticker around the seat post, facing backwards. And then you need the transition bags. In the transition bag, you need at least your bib number and your helmet. If you clip your shoes into your pedals, then they don't have to be in the bag. If you choose to put your shoes on by the bag racks, then you put them in the bag. In the red bag, you need at least your running shoes. Believe me, there are lots of people who show up and they don't have the running shoes, but it's a good thing to have. And especially check that they're left and right. A lot of people, again, have a pair of running shoes. They're all the same color. I don't know how many times I've looked on in transition when someone's shown up with two left pairs, which, I mean, if you have two left feet, that's fine, but most people don't. Right. You can also pack a pair of socks, some sunglasses, a cap, and nutrition in both bags, and so on. But, you know, at least you need your running shoes in your red bag. In your blue bag, you need your bib number, your helmet, and then your bike shoes, unless you put them on the bike. Everything that goes onto the bike needs to be secured. So if you have a bottle, it needs to go into a cage. If you have a bike computer, it needs to go on a mount. If you have nutrition, it needs to be secured to the bike. Right. Yes. Sorry? Sorry? No, this is when you check in. Yeah, this is when you check in. So it's faster if we have it on the front. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. So, transition check-in. The referee will confirm that you have all the mandatory material. You rack your bike, and you rack your bike from your saddle, not from your handlebars. If your saddle is too short or something else, please talk to an official and they'll find an alternative way to rack it, okay? You have access to your bike on race morning. You have access to your blue bag on race morning. You do not have access to your red run bag on race morning. That will be transported by our awesome team already here to T2, okay? Once you have racked your bike, you've hung up your bag on your hook, you've also put your red bag into the correct drop-off place, and you exit out of transition, that's when you'll be given a timing chip. And that timing chip goes on your left ankle. If you happen to have your drive side on your bike on the left, then it goes onto your right ankle. And it goes onto your ankle. It does not go anywhere else. Not like me, who was really smart once when I raced, and I put it in a safe place. Couldn't find it. Actually, when I got out of the water, that's when I found it, because it fell out of my pocket, and I stressed around T1 in the morning and had to have a new one. Like my colleague Tanya says, sleep with your chip, not with your girlfriend or boyfriend or husband the night before. Only athletes are allowed in transition area. It's forbidden to mark your bike and the bag in any way. All markings will be removed by officials, and if you want to cover your bike, that is also forbidden, okay? The transition area does have video surveillance, so we're covered with security. Race day parking, please, we ask you to use our shuttle buses. We ask you to use public transport. But if this is the only way to get to the area by car, then Pelguranna School and Stromi Center are the surrounding car parks where you can park your car. And then please do adhere to the traffic rules and so on. And if you need more information, there's more information in the athlete guide about this. Lost and found, race day, we have it at the info points. And if you, at any stage, withdraw, then please do inform an Ironman official immediately. If you don't, we will start looking for you. And we will absolutely not save any costs. And we will find you. And once we do find you, after the helicopters and everything have been sent, we'll also give you a bill. Because it's your responsibility to notify us if you withdraw. Keep your timing chip. If you decide to drop out, keep your timing chip. You'll need it to get your bike out. So it's in exchange for timing chip, you get your blue and your red bag, and then you get your bike. Like we said, transition opens at 7:15 to 8:45. We will have a technical bike technician in the transition area, so if you need any minor help, that will be possible to fix. Remember, there are a lot of you, so there might be a bit of a queue. We have a special place for a collection point for pumps, so if you bring your own, but don't have anyone to take it away, do not put it in a bag. We will collect it, but do put your sticker on it. There's an extra sticker for the bike pump. If you go nude, use the changing tents in T1 or in the start area, and drop off your streetwear bag at the start area. So that happens at the start area. You can read all of this in the athlete guide, and it is your responsibility to do so. But in short, we know you trained a long time, but don't do any long-term damage to have short-term gain and glory, okay? If you wake up and don't feel well, it's always the safest option to drop out. Especially if you had a fever within the past 14 days, be very, very mindful if you race or not. There are no awards for getting something long-term afterwards, and it's not just worth it. If you feel unwell on race day, it doesn't cost anything to get a consultation. There are no penalties or anything like that involved, so just please ask any one of our fantastic medical staff, and they will help you. Don't be afraid to ask for help. During the swim, if you don't feel well, raise your hand. You can also scream. One of our water safety crew will come up to you. You can grab onto the boat or the stand-up paddleboard or whatever and rest for a while. If you get up into the boat, we consider that a DNF, or if the boat starts moving forward, that will also be prohibited. During the bike and the run, it's the same thing. If you feel bad or if you feel like you need to stop, please try to make it to an aid station. If you can't make it to an aid station, stop where you are and wait. Someone might not get to you fast enough, but we will have a lot of people out on course racing, and like you athletes, it is your responsibility to help another athlete. And yes, it's the age-old question. We will look at your time afterwards if you do help someone else. On the bike and the run, please do also make sure that you message or that you notify a aid station, a volunteer, and official. For example, at one point when I was racing, suddenly a man wandered out of the bushes. He had fallen, and what we did was we were there with 2 athletes. I stayed on, and the athlete then biked to an aid station, and then we had someone come up with the medical assistance, and then we took a look at the time, I think, later, if we even did. But that doesn't matter. Time does not matter once you're helping someone. If you have any medical information and need any advice on that, we have staff here that can help you with that, but please do write this also on the bib number you have. Race healthy, race smart. Cutoff times, we have cutoff times, 1 hour 10 to complete the entire swim. To complete the swim, T1 and the bike, it's 5 hours, 30 minutes. And then to complete the entire thing, including T2 and the run, it is 8 hours and 30 minutes. We have a rolling start, which means that from 900 hours onwards on Sunday, we will throw 4 athletes into the water every 4 seconds. And then from there you will go on. It is a start pontoon. We'll get to that in a bit, but that means that you'll have a long kind of string of athletes in the water at the same time, so it's not a mass start, so you actually can get into your own rhythm and don't have to worry about getting caught in that old school washing machine, so to say. 1 lap swim. From the pontoon, it is forbidden to dive into the water head first. You can jump feet first, but it's a bit shallow, so just make sure you kind of step into the water and go from there. The water temperature today at 10, 16.9 degrees. Wetsuits are mandatory if it drops below 15.9 degrees. Okay? Neoprene swim caps are allowed, like I said earlier. If you want a cap beneath the one we've given you, you put the neoprene cap or the other cap under the one that we've given you, the orange one. Neoprene booties allowed if the water temperature is below 18.3, and like I said earlier, swim cutoff time, 1 hour, 10 minutes. This is what the swim course looks like. I'm going to try to make an attempt to actually go closer to this map, because the start area, as you can see, the first green box right here, this is where we all amass, and then here we have the start corrals here, and then from when the permission is given, 4 athletes every 4 seconds into the water, and then you start walking from here onto the pontoon, and this is where your time starts. Your time does not start here, it starts here. Okay? So there's no use in rushing here and so on. Then you swim 1 lap. It is clockwise. Get out of the water, and then you jump in to T1, where we have the bike racks and the bag racks. And that gray area over there, that is where, if you're in a relay team, that's where your relay teammate waits for you. That's where you do the chip handover. Once you have gotten your bag, you change into it, take everything out you need on the bike, and then everything you don't need on the swim, or everything you don't need on the bike that you've had on the swim, put it in the blue bag, and then from there you drop your blue bag into the designated bag drop area, and then you start going. Before you touch your bike, your chin strap must be fastened on your helmet. So usually what you want to do is you want to first put your helmet on and then attach the chin strap. Mount the bike after the bike mount line, and dismount also before the dismount line. So what we have here is we have swim exit or swim into T1, bag racks. This is where you pick up your blue bag. This is where you change. and then you have your bag drop area just to your left as you head into the bike racks. Aid stations on the bike course, 2 laps, 4 aid stations. All the aid stations look the same, kilometers 63.3, 40.0, 59.8, and 83.5. They all start with a littering zone. Then you have water. Our awesome sponsor, Värska, has provided us with some great water. Sports drink, food, sports drink, water. Then we have toilets, a bike mechanic with minor supplies of minor things that you might need for your bike, and it's a first come, first serve method. And then you have, once again, a littering area, and that is when you are allowed to discard stuff you don't need anymore. The littering areas are designated clearly, and if you are littering outside of these areas, it will result in a 2-minute time penalty, which is a blue card. So this is what the bike course looks like. And that yellow penalty tent over there, that sign, if you get a penalty, you must stop at your first possible location of a penalty tent. If you go past the penalty tent and don't stop when you've had a chance to, that is an automatic red card. This is an individual effort. Drafting is forbidden. The draft zone is 12 meters. You have a maximum of 25 seconds to pass the next athlete once you have started that pass. And it is the athlete that you are passing. It is their responsibility to drop back to make sure that that 12-meter draft zone is then compatible with the rules. Once you have passed that, move back to the right side of the road. Maximum 2 athletes next to each other. So if you see someone passing someone already, you wait. Also, these pro cycling positions like Pogacar and all these kind of pro cyclists use, they are forbidden. That's stuff you can do on your free time if you want to. And you are not allowed to use any sort of music devices, mobile phones, or cameras with you because it's a safety risk. This is what the referees will be handing out if they hand out penalties. 30 seconds is a yellow card, served in the next penalty tent on course. A blue card, 2-minute penalty. And if you amass 3 blue cards, that automatically amasses into a red card. And a red card is an automatic disqualification immediately. For example, not wearing a bib, cutting the course short, urinating in public, external assistance, crossing the finish line with someone else than an athlete. So if your mother-in-law or horse or whatever you have with you wants to cross the finish line with you, reject it, because if it's anyone else than athletes come down that finish line, it is the athlete that gets disqualified. Penalty tent located 100 meters before each end of the lap, before the U-turn. Stop at it. And like I said, I can't be specific enough. If you fail to stop at that penalty tent at your first convenience, you're disqualified. Okay, thank you, Ago. I was just informed at the 70.3 we don't have bike catchers, so disregard that. However, you will dismount after the dismount line. You will rack your bike at your designated area, which you can familiarize yourself with after this. Pick up your red bag, all the gear that you have in your red bag, empty that. And then you put in your bike gear, and then put on your run shoes and whatever you have, and then head out for the run. So what happens is your bike shoes, they must either stay in the bike pedals or be placed in the red run bag, okay? And then you leave your red run bag in the designated drop area. After finishing the race between 3 p.m. and 6:30, that is when you can pick up your bike, your blue and red bag in transition 2. And then, like I said earlier, you give your timing chip, and that is in exchange for your stuff. This is what T2 looks like. So that red line over there is the dismount line. You jump off your bike, and then you turn right if you're an individual racer. If you are part of a relay or a team, this is the lane you want to be using. And then you go to the changing area, and then bike run out. Run out is where that blue point is, and just next to that we have the backdrop. The team relay members, they will be waiting over there at the white dot just under backdrop. And as you can see, we have toilets, and then we have changing tents for you if you want to go nude. Run course, beautiful run course, by the way. 2 laps, total 8 aid stations. You can see the aid station difference, or the locations here. Just like the bike course, food, drinks, and toilets, and you're only allowed to litter inside the designated zones, because we do want to leave the place in better shape than we actually received it, so we get to come back next year. Once you run out of T2, we want you to turn your bib number from your back to the front. There's another reason also, because our awesome photographers, when they photograph you, your number is the way they actually identify you. And let's face it, you all know that if it's not on social media, has it even happened? And you want to be able to post it. So that's why you want your number in front. Because is it really fun to do an Ironman 70.3 if you can't tell everyone about it on, X, Twitter, or whatever it's called nowadays? Then especially LinkedIn. You want to write that LinkedIn post. I raced an Ironman 70.3, and this is what I learned about finances at the same time. Anyway, yeah. And then remember, on the bike course, on the run course, outside pacing is forbidden. So someone is not allowed to run next to you and pace you. If that happens, reject them immediately, and once you reject them, that is what our referees will take into account. Perfect. The beautiful run course. 2 laps along the beautiful coast of Estonia and Tallinn. And once you complete those 2 laps, you turn, and then you come in onto the red magic carpet. The finish area, what you want to do is you want to, at least by then turn your number in front, and you want to zip your tri-suit all the way up. It looks better, trust me. If you have a vest model of the tri-suit that actually the zipper disconnects completely, the zipper has to be connected anyway all the time. But believe me, it looks better. I don't know how many times I've seen athletes come over the finish line, and they've got this awesome red tri-suit on, and they've also, during the day, amassed a matching red color on their beautiful body, and then the tri-suit is just slipped a bit to the side, and then you can see that white line. Anyway, what you want to do is zip it all up. Cutoff time, 8 hours and 30 minutes. And like we said, cross the finish line with an athlete. If there's a couple racing, obviously you can cross with them. If you're with friends racing, as long as they're also racing, you can cross with them. Then you get into the post-race area after you have run down the red magic carpet where all the pain goes away. Actually, the pain starts again somewhere here, but don't listen to me. You turn right, walk in here. We have, naturally, we're in the land of, one of the land of saunas. So we have saunas here. Streetwear bags, showers and toilets, recovery zone just behind this curtain. And then we also have food, drinks, showers and sauna, like I said. And this is where the awards ceremony will be then held on Sunday. Transition area checkout, 3 to 6:30. Return your timing chip once you collect your transition bags and you collect your bike. Special team relay places in both transitions. Like I pointed out, we only provide one timing chip. The way you advance to the next sport, if you're 3, or at some point, is you give over the timing chip. That works as the relay baton. And cyclists can be ready in full equipment, and you may finish together with your team. There will be a special spot for you just before the finish line where you can gather all 2 of you or all 3 of you and then cross the finish line together. That's pretty cool. If you lose your timing chip at any point, by the way, contact an official. We'll get you a new one. If you cross the finish line without a timing chip, you're not eligible for a World Championship spot or a podium place. And if you come over the finish line and decide that you want to protest the decision, you can protest all decisions except fact-based ones, which is, for example, drafting. If you do so, our deadline for the protests are Sunday at 5:45 p.m. to 6:15 p.m. You can get protest forms received from your head referee, and we do have a protest fee of €50. Award ceremony, 6:30, right in here. Top female pros, top male pros. 5 of them will get a prize. Top 3 of you for each age group category. Top 3 tri-clubs, top 3 teams. And then you may, if you race the individuals, you may stay here to claim your slot for the Nice 70.3 World Championship in 2026. You have to be here in person to accept it. So remember, you have to be here in person to accept it. Otherwise, you forfeit your slot and it rolls over to someone else. Remember that in the app, once you cross the finish line, times may, not times, but positions may change because it's a rolling start. It's not a gun start, okay? So you might come over the finish line and be, let's say, 6th, and then suddenly drop down to 8th, and that is because someone behind you may have been faster. Also, those times are completely provisional. Awesome. So, I'll see you in my office with Tanja, Ergo, and Killo, and we'll have DJ Shunas playing the beats and the tunes to keep you engaged. If you have any questions, please pose them now. One question over here, and sorry for calling you Jack earlier. You were told there was a shuttle bus from the city to the start. This is a very good question, sir. You've been very, very attentive, because I don't think we had the bus timetables.
No, we took it out because the information was so small, but it's in the athlete guide and it's also on the website.
It's in the athlete guide, it's on the website.
And
but
the fastest you can go outside, and in the info booth there is a time schedule.
You can bring your bike. There is a designated one for the... Yes, very good. Yes, perfect. Any other questions? Ago will bring you the... yes, one up there, one up there. I think you're just waving to your friend. But there's one up there, the gentleman in the beige hoodie. Ago gets a workout. Can you have your phone if you're not taken out? Well, technically you're allowed to have it with you, but as soon as you use it... So yeah. If it's a medical device, then you're allowed to use it. Yes?
Since there were so many first-timers, I think it would be worth to mention about the bell. Where is it this year?
The bell. Yes, well done. We have a first-timer bell, naturally. And that will be on the finish line in the... Start of the finish line. Start of the finish line. Yes, of course. Ring the bell. Yeah. It's oh, and also enjoy the finish line. Don't sprint down it unless you're doing a personal best or going under or something. But yeah, perfect. Any other question? You have a question? Are you allowed to wear gloves in the swim? If you have a medical condition, then you need to speak to this lady over here. She's head referee.
Is there any shuttle bus from Rocca al Mar to Stromy Beach for the start, or for the people that are with you to come back up to Rocca al Mar?
Yes, there is. Check the info booth and check the athlete's guide. We had a timetable here, but it was so small, and because there's a lot of time, so we took it out. But check the info booth outside, and they will help you with that. But yes, there are buses. Yes, we have 2 questions. Swim route?
Sorry, does the swim route end where the water ends, or do you need to run in the sand also? Because your drawing said you'll have to run a little bit on the sand.
Yes. Just a second. I'll ask the referee where the time. Where's the timing mat of the swim? Is it on the shore or is it on the beach? Start or finish?
Finish.
Finish. Yes.
Finish. How much is the distance from the? All right.
Shoreline. You'll see it. Yeah.
And we have to keep the buoys on our right side, or all the way, the whole course of swim?
Everyone on the right side? No, there's a one. We'll get the swim map out for you. Yes, because in my opinion there was 2 places where you have it on your left side. But let's see. Let's just a second. Oh, there we go. So, yes, the first and the last buoy will be on your left, and the rest will then be on your right.
Yeah, thank
Yep.
you.
Perfect. Any other questions? You guys are fine, right? You all informed. Perfect.